All right, all right. What's going on, party people? This your man Griff. Hey, try to do this real quick, like this video. All right, as you see, the topic talks about what to do when you get these random text messages, and it's really text messages, emails, or even phone calls about doing a closing. Somebody contacts you out of the blue. Hey, I want you to do this closing. You got to verify who they are. That's the first thing before you get all excited and worried about trying to answer questions, because people say, well, how do I answer a question? I've had that. That's the first thing people, because they're thinking about to get interviewed for a closing. And a lot of times they're not, if they're for real, they're not trying to interview you at that time because they've already looked at your profile and they have a good feeling that you can do the job. Okay. Especially if you've written your profile correctly. Look at my video. Your profile will separate you from them. I'll link it right here. Okay. You need to put some time, you need to be able to put some time into your profile so that way they're not questioning you. So if you're worried about answering questions, fix your profile. And why would they need to ask you a bunch of questions if your profile is straight? I'm just being real with you. If your profile is straight, there's no need for them to have to ask you all kind of questions about your background because you've already explained that. So for all of those people talking about the profile doesn't matter, trust me, it does. Now, once they contact you, first thing I always do, if it's a text message or email, I'm like, hey, call me so we can coordinate. If I never hear from them, I never respond back. I may tell them I'm in a closing, please call in 10 minutes or just call now to coordinate. I'm driving. Call me because if it's this important to you, call me because they're like, well, are you available for a closing? When is the closing? This, that, and the other. I don't have time to be going back and forth in text messages and emails. If you're not willing to send me all the information, are you available for a closing on this date, that date, and the other? Then I don't want to really have anything to do with you. I'm not going to respond except to say, call me to coordinate. If I don't hear from them, I ignore it, keep it going. I'm telling you, this is what you got to do. Okay. There are very few times I say you got to do this. I'm telling you, just for your own sanity, you need to do this. If they call you, you want to know how did they find you, the name of their company, start searching it right then and there, all of that kind of stuff. You want to get that information down and look them up. You can always say no. Don't I'm not even going to get into the pricing. That's on you. I've talked about how to deal with that in other videos. Go find them. Okay, they're easy to find actually. But you got to double check that. You got to make sure that these people are legit. If somebody calls you up or text message you talking about, I got this document that I need notarized for my house or deed, then what you want to know is where did you get it from? Because nowadays there's a lot more fraud going on. There's people coming up with fake deeds and quick claim deeds and stuff like that. Where did you get the document from? Give me the name of the title company. Then that way you can call the title company and say, hey, did you give Fred a deed for him to get notarized? You need to do that. You really need, and then you need to find out, double check that title company, make sure it ain't somebody sitting in a storage unit somewhere answering phone calls and stuff like that. Okay. I'm just being real with you, especially if it's local. Let me go to the title office. Okay. If the title company is local, if they're not, do a little research to find out. Now, if you say, well, that's just too much, then tell them no. You rather tell them no than to get hemmed up into something. But what if that's a great opportunity? You want to find out, then do your due diligence to find out. Okay. Nowadays is not the time to take a chance. Okay. I'm just being real with you. So if you get a phone call, if you get a text message about doing a closing and you don't know who these people are, you never heard of them, vet them. They're vetting you by looking at your profile. They may even ask you a question or two, more likely not, but you want to vet them. And sometimes the people who are scammers will try to ask you questions that sound official, to sound like, yeah, we're really serious about making sure we got good notaries. If you see my profile and I wrote my profile out, there ain't no questions for you to ask me except how much I want to get paid, which I ain't gonna talk about that here. So the next thing I want to talk about, and I hope we clear on that. Some people don't like my answers when it comes to this because my concern is that you need to find out who this person is first. That is the most important thing because if you're concerned about being questioned about your notarial skills, that's not a thing you need to be concerned about because you already know what you want to answer them. I notarize the documents in accordance with my training from the NNA. Boom. And then if they like, who, what, the NN what? Oh, you don't know who the NNA is? No. And what's the name of this title company? Now, of course, of a regular person, they may not know, but a lot of times, some of these title companies, they know who the NNA is. Okay, with all these notaries now, they know who the NNA is. All right, because we got it all in our profile. I'm NNA certified, so they know that there's a entity called the NNA. Whole lot to say it there. That's really what it boils down to. So my answer to you, if somebody sends you a random text, verify who they are. If you don't feel comfortable, leave it alone. It ain't that important for you to put your commission at risk. Now, other thing I want to talk about real quick was the loan application. With the loan application, a lot of people have been saying, and I'm not giving no answer as to what should or shouldn't be. And you might say, well, then why are you talking about it, man? You ain't gonna say nothing. That's messed up, man. What I'm doing is trying to show people there's a difference in what you're supposed to do for as getting that answer. If you look at these closely, and let me zoom in on both of them. I always be forgetting to do my zoom in ahead of time. So if we was live, I would ask somebody to hop on, or just somebody in the comment section tell me what is the difference that they see. And I'm pointing out to you the difference. Okay. The one on your left has the person's name there. Both of them says applying for joint credit. Both of them says the number of borrowers applying for joint credit is 2. So therefore, who needs to initial here? Now, these are all fake names, so don't go trying to hunt these people down. These are all fake names, fake numbers, fake social, fake everything. All right. Fake address, fake telephone numbers. Okay. Everything is fake. 2 different title companies and lenders. The thing is this: on this loan application on the left, your left, hopefully that should be your left, it asks for the person, Fred Hampton Jr., to initial there. On the one on the right, it doesn't ask for any specific person. Most people are being told now, oh, when you see the one on the right, both people need to initial. And it's like that for everywhere. No, it's not. Because the one on the left, they actually have the person's name there, and they want the individual that is at the top to initial here. Even though everything else is the same, joint credit, number of borrowers, all of that, and they have the list of the additional borrowers or other borrowers on the right-hand side. Right here, Sarah Z. Hampton, and then over here, Lisa Jane Carter Jones. I just do some kind of crazy name in there. All right. Again, fake names. So don't go around trying to hunt people down, even fake birthdays. These people weren't born in 1901. Got it? All right. So should both people initial over here on the one that's on the right that doesn't have a person's name? My answer to you is this: contact the contracting company. That is what the NNA would tell you. You contact the contracting company. Do not go around calling a bunch of people asking them what to do about this document. You need to contact the company that, oops, I'm sorry. You need to contact the company that hired you and ask them. It's that simple. Why can't you just call them and say, hey, how do you want me to do this? Now, what am I doing here? You say, well, man, this doesn't make sense what you're doing. What I'm doing here is giving you a way to ask the question. What do you mean, Griff? What I mean is I'm giving you a way to ask the question by saying, hey, so-and-so company, I want to verify that you want both signers to initial in this block, because I've seen documents, because you see it now. I've seen documents where they only want one. I want to verify what your policy is. That is how you ask the question. Stop this mess of Stop this mess of I can't ask a question. I don't know. Is it right? Would it be appropriate and all of that mess? Stop doing that and open your mouth and ask the daggone question so you can get the necessary help so you can learn what that company wants you to do because they're paying you. Even with the telephone, even with the random text messages and stuff, people are calling around to 4 and 5 different people. If you call me, I'm telling you what I'm going to tell you. Verify who they are. You call somebody else, they're going to tell you, oh, well, here's how you get ready to answer questions. I ain't worried about trying to answer nobody question from some random text. Who the heck are you? What's going on? You get what I'm saying? I mean, you get some random call from them guy to my, hey, I want to take you out. Who you? You ain't gonna be worried about answering somebody's question. Yeah, I want to take you out. So tell me what kind of food you like to eat, what kind of allergies you got. No, you ain't doing that. You trying to figure out, yo, dude, who you? Or if some girl, yo, who you? How you get my number? That's what you trying to figure out before you disclose any stuff. Be like, well, that's a big deal there. I'm telling you, people have been scammed. They don't talk about it because they're embarrassed, but people have been scammed. And for those of you worried about your safety, this is why you got to verify who these people are before you start having diarrhea of the mouth, telling all your business out there. And then they use that, they could be phishing and then use that and break into your online account. And then next thing you know, they done hijack your account and doing some nefarious stuff. Back to the loan application. Because I said all that just said because I forgot to say it before. So back to the loan application. I'm giving you a way to ask the question. Now that you have seen that there is another way that the loan application can be laid out, what does that tell you? Every company can do this different. Every company has different requirements. There are some companies that do want two two initials on the right hand side. There are companies that want to on the right hand side, and then there are some that do not. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Hold on. Ooh, can I do this? Can I do this? Order Friday 9 a.m. Yep. All right, y'all hold on. I know. Let me Griffin Notary, how can I help you? Hello. Correct, sir. Yes, I don't have your documents yet, so I got to double check to see if I have the documents to bring over. I think this was a loan application. Understand. Right. Yeah, they haven't gotten me the documents yet. I'm double checking real quick for you right now. In the portal. Nope, they don't have the documents to me. So and I've already reached out to them this morning to ask about that. So I have 11:30 that I'm gonna be doing. So they may have to reassign it. Right. And understand it. And I'm not going to be available. So what I'm going to end up doing, sir, is having them to assign a different notary to take care of y'all, and they'll coordinate the time with you. All right. So what you need to do also, sir, is contact the person you leave a message or something with the person you've been working with, so they'll know what time's available for you and everything. And then you said anytime after what time today? After 3 o'clock, you said? Okay. So I will let them. So are y'all okay with 7 p.m. this evening? Okay. Well, and I'm asking that so I can let them know that y'all will be available at least by 7 p.m. And then that way they can let the other notary know for their schedule. All right, sir. Thank you for calling. Yes, sir. All right. So what y'all just got there is one of the ways how you can handle when there's a scheduling conflict. Supposed to be in at 10 o'clock this morning, and at the time of this video, it's 10:21. Let me come back to y'all real quick. So it's 10:21. He's just calling to say, hey, I missed your phone calls. Got it. But I don't have the documents. Now I have a 11:30, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. There's no way I can squeeze him in. Then I got things I got to do this evening after 6 o'clock. So I find out from him what's the best time that he is able to do this. And then I relay that to the signing company so as to get the appropriate notary out there. You don't want to just say he's not available. And then the notary they assigning some notary for 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock and they're nowhere around, and that can frustrate everybody. So you inform the signing company, this is when they say they are available. And then you encourage them to reach out to their contact so that they'll know on that end, because you don't want it all on you to reschedule this here. You tell them, contact your people, you contact the folk from your end, and then they work it out, and then you move on to the next thing. All right. So again, I'm giving you an out. If you're doing this loan application and you see this on the right and you don't know whether you should have both of them signed because everybody keeps telling you should have both of them signed, you find out from the people who sent you the documents. Do you want me to do this? Well, how come you don't know? Because they might get snarky with you. The reason why, it's not that I don't know how you want me to do it, because I've done closings or I've seen documentation where the loan application only wants one. So I want to verify, what do you want me to do? That's all I'm asking. It's not a thing of me being uneducated or not knowing how to do my role as a notary, because first of all, y'all, this is not even a document that you're signing or it needs to be even notarized. So I mean, I know people, you got to know the documents. Well, how can you know something? Who's teaching you everything you need to know about these documents? Who? Who out there? Who out there? I mean, honestly, who out there is teaching you everything you need to know? How do you know that this bank, this lender wants two initials, and there's others who say, no, we only want one? You don't know what they want, because if they haven't told you, how do you find out? Open your mouth and ask. That's all you got to do. But people are afraid to do that. And then you run around all on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere asking questions, and then getting fussed at by these people by saying, why you don't know? You need to click on my affiliate link to get my training. So $400 for some training just to find out whether two people or one person need to initial, when all you had to do is make a free phone call. And yeah, the phone call is pretty much free because it's part of your plan. You got unlimited phone calls and all that, unlimited minutes. And then you call them and ask them, hey, what I need to do in this situation? I just want to make sure. Y'all saw the video I did about the mortgage and the deed in Florida. The mortgages don't get witnesses. The deeds do. But the company said they wanted a witness on the mortgage. I called them to find out, hey, what is going on? Well, they called me because I talked to the owner, and then he contacted them because he was confused also, because he knew that the mortgages didn't require witnesses. And he was like, why do I need witnesses? I think that's how it went, somewhere like that. But he was a little confused about it too. Contacted them. They contacted me. We worked it all out because it was just a policy with them. So that's why you got to open your mouth and talk to people. Stop being scared. All right. So I'm getting ready to get off of here. I think we should understand everything. Let's throw this back up one more time. On the left, it's asking for only, and I'll zoom in a little bit more. It's only asking for that person's to initial. On the right, it's saying each borrower intends to apply for joint credit, your initials. So you can assume that that's what they want, that both of them to do that there. But then this one says each borrower, and it just says his name. So even with this on the left, with the Fred Hampton one, you can still call and say, okay, I just want to make sure that you don't want him and her, because I've seen where they want two. That's all you got to do. And then you make note of that, so you never have to ask that question again of that company. How hard is that, party people? It's not hard at all. Okay. So communication is the key for your success. Communication is the key for your success in this notary business. You do that, you'll be okay. All right. I'm about to bounce out of here. Going to get my signings done, change my clothes, then go get the signings done. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.